Guys, it's Sarah here, June 11th, and I just want to pop on and get a little message from Spirit to kind of help us go on through this week and the next, the new moon that's on the 13th in Gemini, and to kind of get a little energy read on what we can expect, and some guidance on how to tackle what we can expect in this next little while. So with the new moon, you may have been restructuring parts of your life. You may be currently kind of in a transition period. This is where I'd like to kind of, sometimes when we have been warriors for so long, it's nice to have a little bit of heads up on what you're going to be dealing with, because you don't just want to strap on war paint and run into something you don't know what you're heading into, right? Okay, so what I'm going to do first is pull a past life oracle card to get an idea of what is some of the karma, maybe, or just some of the issues that we will be dealing with, okay? So please, Spirit, can you please give us one message in the clearest form possible, please, for this collective, and what we can take into this new moon this week. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so health. Some of us are going to have to take health as a priority. This may be with yourself, this may be with your loved ones, but definitely paying attention to the things that make our bodies feel good and the things that don't make our bodies feel good. This really could be even, if you have to make a doctor's appointment, you should be doing that. Or, like if it's you're guided to clean up your diet or things like that, or cut foods out because they're not making you feel good. This might be something now that it's time to look at. You may be some health issues that you have been experiencing as well. They may be flaring up depending on what's going on, so that's something to look at. And the bottom of the deck, I love this card, is Unicorn and Wisdom. So as well, again, with your health, you have wisdom there to know what's going on with it, right? You are not incapable of making those calls on what's good and what's not good for your body, right? As well as take the time and really learn from any of the past hurts or anything, or the past mistakes, the past failures, anything that at the time didn't seem like it was a good thing. Be the unicorn, right? This thing is beautiful and majestic and honored, right, and sought after. Come to something with wisdom, right? Let all the things that you didn't see as a success, bring the wisdom that you learned from that, because everything's about a lesson and a blessing. Lesson and a blessing. And when you can come from a place of wisdom, you've learned those lessons and you're getting those blessings, baby, right? Okay, and there's one more card I feel like I need to show it to you, but it's knighthood. So chivalry is not dead. It doesn't mean it has to be just men and women being, that chivalrous idea. But if you see someone getting knocked down, pick them up, right? Follow that knight's honor. Yeah, I lied. In the arts. So if there's some kind of, again, going further, if there is some kind of creative project or, kind of reading, if there's something that you like to do to expand your mind that maybe isn't necessarily scientific, right? Time to really let your creativity shine. And, when we can open ourselves up to being vulnerable and coming to, a recognition that we have self-acceptance, right? That we love ourselves. Whatever you do here, whatever you put out, as long as you come from a place where you have faith in what you've done and pride in yourself, regardless of how anybody else felt about it, this is one of the things where art is one of those places where we can really learn to express ourselves. And maybe if being able to vocalize isn't always the way that, you're not always really good at it. Maybe if communication isn't your forte, artwork, right? Write poetry, draw your paintings, get lost in a weird book, do something to let your creativity shine. Okay, so I'm going to put those back. And I also want to pick a message here from the Keeper of the Light Oracle. Let me just see here, Spirit. So, that's one message you have for anyone who's watching this coming into the new moon. With some of that past life stuff, we are multi-dimensional beings. We have had multiple past experiences, and those experiences shape us to where we are now. It doesn't necessarily mean past lives, but yes, if we've lived many past lives, the karma and the energy still might be stuff that we haven't worked through. So sometimes things come up, and they've been patterns for you for lifetimes. So if you really would like to seek freedom, right, from these lifetimes, and you want here and now to be the place where you consider heaven, because we are supposed to be happy and experience joy. You know, we have all these emotions for reasons. We have sadness and fear and pain for reasons, but we were meant to experience joy in this world, and sometimes you got to create that on your own. So if it's whatever you love doing, right, if it's your YouTube channel, that's art, right? If it's whatever it is, that's important. Okay, little rant again, but sacred self is the message that I got here, and the Shekinah, I think. And it says, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Do the things in this world that are going to make you happy and bring you joy. Let the light come out of this throat chakra as well. So, it's really awesome to be able to express ourselves, right? It's really awesome to be able to put things and express ourselves artistically, but we need to get to a point as well where we can take the wisdom that we've learned and be able to communicate it, right? Let me just grab the book here and we'll look at that. Just make sure there's nothing missed on that. Sorry, let's just find this. Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of an idea of who this person was. Just a little history lesson here. Okay, so the Shekinah, sacred self, and if I'm saying it wrong, I apologize, but unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life. So she is the twin flame of the Holy Spirit. So essentially here, like the divine feminine, I guess you'd say. It is the feminine aspect of God, particle, or creation energy. She is more of an essence than a being, but has the ability to show herself in ways that we will understand. She is acknowledged in the sacred teachings of Judaism and also called the Sophia of Christ in the Gnostic Gospels. She's a powerful female voice of spirit who is here to bring about equality and to help the world move on from the male-only image of God. I love this already. It's a new deck, so it's pretty cool. She reminds us that God is all-loving and all-accepting. Whenever she appears in a reading, she points out the change makers. So time to change, apparently, right? Time to change, guys. The love creators and the gift sharers of the world. Share your wisdom, share your art, share your feelings, share yourself. Give everybody your authentic self, okay? And you are here to unite all hearts around the world. So, a little bit more on her is, or the extended part of this is, don't feel the need to hold back or dampen your spirit. This is a time to celebrate. There's a feeling of dance and joy around you at this time, and as you fully recognize your splendor, you are a sacred being who defies gravity every day, just by being alive and being a sense of balance and equality to the world. So, this card, being the feminine aspect of God and having the ability, essentially being the female creator, nurturing yourself, nurturing your others, right? Nurturing your families, but nurturing, ways to create your reality. They don't have to be, excuse me, you don't have to create things, how do I put this? Embracing the feminine aspect of yourself. So if anybody saw the duality video that I did about for Gemini season, embracing the feminine power and balancing out the masculine and the feminines, this is time that maybe it's time to focus on the feminine. A lot of times to get things done, we think we need to focus on our masculine selves. These points where we just get things done. We have logical brain, logical steps, and we go from point A to point B. Ends justify the means. Here's how it's happened. But you need to be able to honor as well the feminine aspects of this. So your intuition, right? Your feelings, your caringness, right? Your gentleness into this world can create so much more than the darker sides of life, I guess. So she's got the white dove here. Speak peace, create peace. Live by the moon, right? Embrace your feminine qualities, embrace your femininity. There we go. Okay. And we'll pick one more of these cards, okay? Please, Spirit, can we have one more message? Thank you. Uh-oh. Okay, so there's two. Hair in there. One is Lady Nada and Heart Awakening, and awaken to the acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. So balancing out seems to be, in my own readings as well, like when I pull my cards, balancing things seems to be something that has been coming up as well. And awaken to accepting yourself and divine love. Like when we fully accept ourselves and we come to this world with good and good intentions, and we are creating from a balance of masculine and feminine energies, not either or, right? We're able to open up, keep your heart open. And the other one was Kalima and Facing Fear. And major spiritual changes are unfolding. So this is your time to soar. Right? I'm not going to read these guys just right now because the messages on the bottom seem to be where we're going here, is keep your heart open. Sometimes it's so hard to keep it open after we've been hurt because we want to build those walls of protection back up, but the only people that it hurts is ourselves. So if we're able to find a way to speak in ways that only bring creativity and light and joy and love to our lives and others, and keep our hearts open, right, and know that when others say bad things about us and attack your self-worth, if this is happening to you, that's not a reflection of you. That's a reflection of them, okay? Not very nice to say, but Kalima is well about facing fears. And one of those things is what other people are going to think about you. You know, because that right there can be your own personal hell. I just want to put that out there. If you're afraid of what other people will say about you or think about you, you're not living for you. You're living for someone else, and damn it, live for yourself. Okay? And just before I close this up, I want to close it with a angel, Doreen Virtue Angel Oracle deck, or cards, or deck, okay. But just to kind of what the angels would like us to know in this next little while too, because it looks like it's going to be powerful and changes, and the angels want you to know that you are supported through this. So that is on this 3D physical plane. Find the people that can support you. Ooh, we got two. Find the people that support you, and those are your tribe. You love them with all your heart, okay? You're being guided by your guides and your higher self. If you're getting little signs such as birds coming up randomly when you're thinking about things. If church bells are going off and you're coming up with kind of revelations, or, you have this idea that something's happening, all signs are pointing to it's going to, or it's not a good idea, yes or no, either way, whatever you choose, it is divinely